Someone right now is controlling you, not with chains, not with a weapon, with a word, a look, an opinion, and you handed them that power without even realizing it. Every time you react without thinking, every time someone's criticism ruins your day, every time you let another person's mood dictate yours, you are a slave. Epictetus was born an actual slave. He had no freedom, no rights, no body that was fully his own, and yet he became the freest man in the room. The question is, what is your excuse? He was born in Hierapolis, roughly 50 AD, into a world that owned him completely. His master, Epictetus, reportedly twisted his leg until it snapped, a display of casual dominance, a reminder that the body was property. Epictetus reportedly looked at his master and said, "You are going to break it." And when the bone gave way, he simply said, "Did I not tell you?" No screaming, no begging. Because he had already understood something that most free men never do. Circumstances don't make the man, they only reveal him. His captors could govern his movements, his labor, even his flesh. But they could not reach the one territory that mattered, his judgments, his will, the inner space where a man decides what things mean. That distinction between what belongs to you and what belongs to the world was not comfort for Epictetus, it was a weapon. While other slaves perhaps dreamed of escape, he built an interior empire no master could seize. He studied under the Stoic philosopher Musonius Rufus, absorbing the architecture of a mind that could not be enslaved. He understood that no man is free who is not master of himself, not as a motivational phrase, but as a precise operational truth. The chains around his wrists were irrelevant. The only chains that could truly bind a man were the ones he forged himself, link by link, every time he allowed the external world to dictate his internal state. That was the revolution hiding inside a broken leg. The philosophy Epictetus built his life around begins with a single radical distinction. Some things are in your control, and everything else is not. What is yours? Your thoughts, your intentions, your interpretations, your choices. That is the entire list. Everything outside that boundary, reputation, outcomes, other people's behavior, the weather of the world, is not yours. Men are disturbed not by things, but by the opinions about things. Most human suffering is not caused by reality. It is caused by the insistence that reality should conform to preference. You suffer not because something happened, but because you decided it must not have. When you chase approval, you have already lost. When you need a certain outcome to feel whole, you have handed your peace to probability. Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens. This is not passivity. It is surgical precision about where your energy belongs. You are not ignoring the external world. You are refusing to be governed by it. Seek not the good in external things. Seek it within yourself. The man who understands this stops negotiating with the uncontrollable. He stops the exhausting campaign to manage what was never his to manage. He frees up something rare, clarity, undivided attention to the one arena where he can actually win. Most people spend their entire lives working backwards. They try to change outcomes before changing their minds. They try to fix relationships before examining their reactions. They accumulate money, status, validation, believing that wealth consists not in having great possessions, but eventually discovering too late that they have great possessions and no peace. The dichotomy of control is not one idea among many in Stoic philosophy. It is the load-bearing wall. Remove it, and the entire architecture collapses. Understand it fully, viscerally, not as a concept, but as a lived discipline, and you become structurally different. You stop bleeding energy into terrain you will never hold. Anger is not passion. Anger is surrender. Every time someone provokes a reaction in you, you have transferred ownership of your inner state to them. Any person capable of angering you becomes your master. He can anger you only when you permit yourself to be disturbed by him. Think carefully about who holds those keys right now. The coworker who dismissed your idea. The stranger whose comment lives rent-free in your skull. The parent whose opinion still shapes your choices at 35. Each one of them sits in a chair inside you that you built, furnished, and left unlocked. You called it justified emotion. Epictetus called it slavery by another name. The people around you are not neutral. They are either architecture or erosion, slowly building the structure of who you are becoming or quietly dismantling it. The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. This is not sentimentality about friendship. This is mechanics. Other people's views and troubles can be contagious. Don't sabotage yourself by unwittingly adopting negative, unproductive attitudes through your associations with others. You become the average of what surrounds you, not because of weakness, but because influence is how minds are shaped. Every sustained relationship is a slow education. You are always enrolled in someone's curriculum. The only question is whether you chose the school. Between what happens to you and how you respond, there is a gap. That gap is where you actually live, or where you fail to. Remember, it is not enough to be hit or insulted to be harmed. You must believe that you are being harmed. If someone succeeds in provoking you, your mind is complicit in the provocation. This is not a gentle observation. It is an accusation and an invitation simultaneously. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. The pause between stimulus and response is not weakness or hesitation. It is the birthplace of every real choice you have ever made. Without it, you are not living. You are just firing reflexes and calling them a personality. First, say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do and become that person. Identity is not discovered. It is declared and then built through relentless consistency with that declaration. Most men wait to feel like the person they want to be before they act like them. They wait for confidence before they do the difficult thing. They wait for certainty before they commit. But Epictetus understood that the sequence runs the other direction entirely. You do not find yourself. You construct yourself deliberately with every choice that aligns with the man you have decided to become. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid, because the construction process is ugly before it is finished. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. But the deeper truth is this: nothing touches you without your permission. Harm is not an event. Harm is a belief about an event. If someone speaks ill of you, do not make excuses about what is said. Answer instead, "He was ignorant of my other faults, else he would not have mentioned these alone." That response is not deflection. It is the demonstration of a man who has decided what will and will not reach him. The person who cannot be truly hurt is not someone who has never suffered. It is someone who has drawn the boundary between the external and the essential and held that line without negotiation. Don't explain your philosophy. Embody it. That was Epictetus speaking to his students. He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has. And the wisdom is not in the gratitude, it is in the direction of attention. Freedom is the only worthy goal in life, and it is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. This is the completed architecture, a man who has stopped bleeding at the mouth of what he cannot control, who has gathered himself entirely into the one domain that was always his, who has decided who he is before the world offers its opinion on the matter. Look at your life right now with precision, not with comfort. Where is your peace contingent on someone else's behavior? Where are you performing for an audience you secretly resent? Whose disapproval still has the power to redirect your choices? That is not your life. That is a life borrowed from other people's expectations, furnished with their preferences, lived in service of their approval. You have been handing over the keys daily to critics, to social media, to old wounds, to the fear of being seen clearly and found lacking. Epictetus would not comfort you about this. He would simply point at it and wait, because the man who sees his cage without excuse is already halfway through the door. You were never as trapped as you believed. The circumstances were real, the leg was broken, the chains existed, but what actually imprisoned you was never the external architecture. It was the reaction, the belief, the automatic surrender to whatever arrived uninvited. The only prison that persists is the one you maintain with your own responses, your own interpretations, your own insistence that what happens to you must determine what happens inside you. That prison has no walls. It has no locks. It is maintained entirely by a habit of mind that you can break the same way Epictetus broke his, by deciding precisely and permanently what belongs to you and what does not. Walk out. Always remember, if you can be anything in life, be a Stoic.